Hello everyone, this is Matt Hoots with Sawhorse. I'm at the 1920s Makeover ATL, and earlier I did a little DIY test and I noticed that a few of these things have small traces of lead, so I brought in a professional so you can see the difference between my cute little swabs that I bought for $10 and the difference between that and a camera that costs tens of thousands of dollars. So I've got Scott here from National Environmental, and he's going to talk to us a little bit about what they do and the difference between a swab and an actual camera and why it's important to do real testing.
That's right. There are a couple of options you can do when you do lead testing, and one is using this swab that I was talking about here. Just a little swab that you actually apply to the surface of the area that you think may contain lead-based paint. These are not extremely accurate. We can see some inconsistencies in that material, in that type of testing. So we prefer using an XRF device, which is I'll show you in a second. Another way you can sample for lead-based paint is by taking bulk samples of the material and having it analyzed. And of course, that can be very destructive to the building material and to the residents. So we use it's an XRF device. One here I have is an iTime, and basically this device, it's through X-ray fluorescence. It analyzes the elements within the building component, and it determines the types of the element that is present in the concentrations. So it can look at a host of different types of elements present in these materials. It used to be used, I think, primarily for geological surveys, but now it can be used also for inspections for this purpose. Anything pre-1978, any residence built before 1978 should be tested for lead-based paint before you begin any type of major renovation, remodeling, or demolition of the structure. So basically, this device, we can take shots of the building components that we're looking for, like for example, the trim of the windows or windows itself, or maybe the chair rail, baseboard, even the wall systems. We basically can just shoot that device. We shoot the component with the device without creating any type of damage to, like if we were going to take a bulk sample of the paint. The XRF shoots through multiple layers without damaging the structure or the material.
So let's talk about some of the circumstances where you'd want to use this, especially as a renovation contractor. So if I'm going to a client's house and all they want to do is paint the house, it doesn't really make sense for me to go through, hack up the house, grab all these samples and throw it away. Now this device that they have is able to, basically you put it up next to the sample that you want to test. It doesn't do any damage to the actual materials, but it gives you a very accurate reading and tells you exactly how much lead that you have in that particular area without being very invasive. Now, what's nice about this as well with the lead test kits that you're doing, say the ones that I bought at Home Depot that I showed you in the last video, they only had 2 samples in that test kit, and I'm doing a whole house renovation. So I would probably pay hundreds of dollars just for samples to test every material in here properly so my workers are safe. Now, for around the same amount of price, or maybe just a little bit more, I can have something that's a lot more accurate, go through the whole house without having to go through hundreds of samples.
One thing to be aware of when you're in the process of remodeling older structures, there can potentially be lead in the ceramic tiles of the bathrooms, the wall and floor systems. The tile can have lead in it. When it was fired to give it the vibrant colors, they would put lead paint in there, or lead in there. And so it's not a lead paint issue, it's a lead dust hazard. So if you come in your demo and these walls and floors and you're creating a lot of dust within the residence, and that can create a hazard, a lead dust hazard.
Now, is that just in the tile or is it in the plumbing fixtures as well?
It can be in the cast iron tubs. The older tubs can have lead in them. If you're breaking one apart and trying to get it out, then you need to be aware of that as well.
Thanks again for watching this video, and if you enjoyed this content, or if you were not aware that there is lead in other parts of the house when doing demolition besides lead-based paint, give us a thumbs up. Make sure to hit the subscribe button, and we've loaded up other videos. We've got a full playlist for the 1920s Makeover ATL. Click on that and you'll see all of the videos that we've created on this particular house, so you can see us talking about lead, asbestos, got a blower door, duct blaster, and also the full design process. Thanks again, and see you guys next time.